Another brick fan here with my review of LEGO BrickHeadz Chewbacca, which is one of 2 brickheads created based on Solo, a Star Wars story. This is LEGO set 41609 and was released in April 2018. Has 149 pieces and cost about $10 when it was released. There's a lot of detailing here on Chewbacca. The inclusion of a nose and a bit of texture under his chin add a lot of character to this brickhead. The brick-built blaster doesn't look like his signature bowcaster to me, but it still really works for the figure, and we'll get a better look at that as we move around the figure itself. There's a 1x2x2 printed tile. It has some fur detailing and his signature bandoliers. I like how they match the print with some 1x1 tiles on 3 corners, providing the illusion of the bandolier running over his shoulders. Moving up, you see the nose is represented with a 1/4 round tile and built up a bit from his face. It uses a jumper plate under the 1/4 round tile to give the figure a little more depth. His forehead is smooth with a nice slope, giving some illusion of additional height for the brickhead. Moving to the side, there are some cheese wedge pieces used to add a fur effect on his arms. The hair also has some texturing as well with cheese wedges and slopes. Like on his forehead, a plate with bow, which is 3x4x2, with knobs, which are covered by the cheese wedges in this case, is used to give him that extra height. Although it's not an awful lot of extra height for a brickhead, it maybe is 1 or 2 studs. The back is similar to the front with the use of a 1x2x2 printed brick, and 1x1 plates to match the color on his shoulders. This completes the look of the bandoliers being slung over his shoulders. The hair build is much smoother in the back, so instead of using cheese wedges, they just leave 4 exposed studs on the back. The build on this side is nearly the same as the other side, with the only exception being the brick-built blaster. I'm not sure they tried to capture the look of a bowcaster, but they did add the lightsaber hilt on top that is held there with a 1x1 with a clip to represent a scope or a target sight. They should have probably used a couple pieces on the side. As you can see, they actually have a 1x1 with studs on the sides. They could have added a couple of more pieces there to make it look more like a bowcaster. Regardless of all that, I like the fact that they didn't just use a minifigure bowcaster, since I think it would have been out of proportion. So this brick-built blaster is a much better representation for the figure. Overall, I think this is a very good looking representation of Chewbacca as done as a brickhead. I guess one of my only concerns is that it's not much bigger than a normal brickhead. For example, here's Han Solo sitting next to him, and you see with the hair build on Han Solo, it may only be 1, maybe 2 plates taller for Chewbacca, which if you're a fan of the movies, Chewbacca is easily a foot taller than Han Solo. So they should have put maybe a couple of more bricks underneath and lifted him up a little higher to be more proportional. With that criticism aside, it's a perfectly fine brickhead and I like how it looks. Once again, the prints are very nice. I like how they used the colors to kind of blend in the print with the bricks on either side there, giving the really good look of the bandoliers that go across his shoulders. And that, coupled with the use of these sloped pieces all the way around the figure, does give it a little bit of illusion of greater height, or at least a very prominent forehead in this case, which is obviously the exaggerated piece of all brickheads. I hope that you've enjoyed my thoughts on this brickhead, and I look forward to reading your comments. I'm going to get started on my next video. Happy building! I've included a link to my complete BrickHeadz review playlist. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button to see more. You can also click the bell to be alerted when a new video is posted.